Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to an intro video to the ReadyMaker software. As you can see, I've already shot a couple videos in ReadyMaker for game design. It's very basic beginner game design, but I wanted to take a step back and do a video on the intro to the software and where all the tools are, what it's capable of, and all that good stuff. Alright, so when you first load ReadyMaker, you're going to get a screen that asks you to sign in. You're going to want to sign in with Google. Okay, that's the best way to do it. It'll spit out a code for you which you have to paste into the software, and then it'll link your Google account. Alright, so when you first open that software, or when you get past that screen there, you're going to see your recent files. You're going to see, there's a Learn tab that you can learn different tutorials with by going through, and there's a way to see other games as well. Okay, games that people have made. Alright, so in order to start a new one, you're going to hit the plus in the top right corner. You choose if you want landscape or portrait. In this case, I'll just do landscape. That'll give me a landscape paper, which will be the entire game that I build inside of this frame. When you're building your game, the things that you want to see in the beginning are going to be right in this white page, whereas things like, let's say the game is over and you want that text to come fly up and say game over, that would be off to the side, and then later on we would change the position of it in a certain condition, saying like, when, let's say I was making Flappy Bird. When the Flappy Bird touches one of the pipes, then it's game over, and that would send this game over text to the middle of the screen. So you'll have a lot of things built around the outside of your page that will get moved in as the game progresses. Okay, so in the software itself, let's throw something in here. We're gonna go to the plus. You've got artwork, which is a bunch of different artwork that you can kind of cycle through to see what you like. You can search up top. Let's say we wanted to search for guy. Alright, what you do is you click and hold on the guy and you drag him in and you drop him. Alright, so now you have zoom options for zooming in and out. You can double click on the background to get a grid if you like to work using a grid. Double click turns that off. Zoom in and out, like I said. You can undo things or redo things. Okay, and you can hit play to play your game. Okay, so there's nothing going on right now, but this guy, if I add something to him, let's say I click on this guy, you can see there's a couple different options now. You have appearance, which is where you can change like how big he is, the position of him on the screen, which you could also grab this little blue mark right here and just kind of move him around. You can change the rotation of him, 90 degrees, 270, whatever you want to do, whether he's a solid. Let's see, you can tint him a different color if you want. That's pretty much it in there. You've got your collider as well, which is something that I would talk about in a future video, but now that you know it's there. And then you got like physics. We could turn that on. That would be like his mass, his drag, if you wanted to lock one of his positions, if you wanted gravity to affect him. So right now gravity is on, so if I hit play, you're going to see him drop. Okay, if there's nothing solid underneath him, then he would just fall right off the screen. So let me go ahead and turn physics back off. Behaviors. Behaviors are, you can add a behavior, are different things that, and I'm going to clear out my search here by hitting this X, different things that you can add to your player. So if I added a control pad, and I click and drag and hold that over, I can say, with my control pad, I can move all directions. I can use the WASD keys, or I could use the arrow keys. Okay. Let's see what else in here. Nothing else too important. So now when I hit play, I'll be able to move my guy around on the screen. Okay, so that's something that's just an example of a behavior. Let's do an example of one more. If I go to behavior and I hit add behavior, I can add something like let's say bullet. And what bullet is just a movement. Okay, so right now if I back down his speed a little bit, and if I change the direction that I want him to move, so let's say I want him to move to the left, I would get 180 degrees, right? If I wanted him to bounce off the walls, if I wanted, let's see, active is on, yeah, that's pretty much it. So now when I hit play, you'll see him start moving to the left of the screen, okay? So that's pretty much it for behaviors. There's a bunch of different ones, and we're not going to go over each one, but, that's just what behaviors do. They make your pieces move and do different things inside of your game, okay? So now when I click on this guy here, I also have effects. I can add an effect to him like an impact effect. And if I put that on him, and I say, you know, if it was active on start, that would mean when I hit play, he's going to have an effect on him, okay? If I didn't have it active, I could say through the coding, hey, when something collides with him, you know, have the impact play, and that would make it seem like, oh, something hits him, and then there's like an explosion or something, okay? You can add sounds. So if I go to audio and I hit add audio, I can say, I don't know, let's go with, let's say, I don't know, we'll just go with anything. Go alert 1. And you can change the volume of it and how it's going to play. You can loop it, and that's pretty much it for that. But that would have to be a condition. You know, this is the event manager when you hit that stoplight up there, and it would say something like, when the potato guy bullet movement, let's see, bounce active. No, let's change that. Let's do something else. Okay, let's go to this. When the potato guy direction is pressed, so when the right direction is pressed, the potato guy will play a sound of alert 1, and we go to play sound. Okay, so now I'm going to take that bullet off because that's not something that I want on right now, so let's just trash that one. But let's hit play again, and if you remember, I can move right and left. So as I move right, he's beeping. As I move left, he's not. Up, down, but right he is. Okay, so that's how you can add sounds to things. Alright, let's see, outside of that, you've got this here, which is a knowledge base. That'll bring you up on the internet and give you, you know, an idea of some of the different behaviors and interface and text, and it's a great website. It's getready.io. That's where you get the software too. Let's talk about that, by the way, too. Getready.io. So you would just go to download. You can do it. I've done it on a phone before. It's great on there. I've done it on an iPad. You can do it for Windows or Google Play or Mac, and it's free software, so it's great. All right. If you hit this one here, you bring into, you know, you could change your settings if you wanted to change to portrait now. You can make it bigger or smaller. You could change the position of it. You can edit the position. You can do variables. You can do a leaderboard, and then the hierarchy is just going to show you basically all the things that you have in here. So if I had 100 objects, it would show all my 100 objects in here. Okay. Classes. If I wanted to add him to a class, let's say I had, let's say I was doing Flappy Bird. If you know what that is, if you don't, Google it and you'll see the gameplay on YouTube. And I wanted to have all the pipes be, you know, be a collision. So if so the example in here would be like if the potato man senses a touch of one of the pipes, then the game is over. Okay, so that would be, if I had a bunch of different pipes, I would want them to be in a class together. So let's just pretend this is one of the pipes. I'd go to class, I'd hit create new class, and I would call it pipes, and that basically groups them all together. Now he's in the pipes class, and I'd be able to say if he touches a pipe, rather than saying like if he touches the first pipe, and then I would have to do a complete another one if he touches the second pipe, if he touches the third. It would be very complicated, and it would take you a long time to do that. Okay, what else? We can go here, we can name our file here. We could call this Potato Man. You can edit the cover, you can zoom in or zoom out, you can set your guy and hit save. Okay, and also this is a stepping stone to the Unity software, which is like an industry standard piece of software that's a lot more complicated, but you can export all of this right to Unity and, you know, make it for make this game in that advanced software and then output it from there to other things, or add, you know, more advanced things to it. All right, but this is the beginner version of that, and, you know, it really does help. You can hit save, you can share it with somebody, and then of course you can hit exit and back out. Okay, as far as the tutorial goes here, I mean, that's pretty much it. In the plus, like I said, you've got audio, you've got behaviors, you can do like buttons and things like that. So if I go plain button, I can drag that in, and that would be something like if I click on the button, the Potato Man jumps, okay, or something like that. Or if I click on the button, the Flappy Bird flaps up and down, right? So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a quick intro video to the ReadyMaker software, and like I said, it's free, it's great software, and I would download it and I'd play around with it and maybe follow some of my tutorials. Alright, so I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you in my next game, which I believe will be Flappy Bird. Alright, see you guys later.